So junior high, lahat naman kayo nag-biology, di ba? So let's discuss the cell structure and function. So what you're seeing right now is a diagram, a diagrammatic representation of the human cell. No? Now, kung makikita nyo, sige, discuss muna natin general structure of the cell. The cell is composed of three main parts. Hindi kayo malito. What are the three main parts of the cell? Mula sa baba, pataas natin. Now, the cell membrane, the cytoplasm, and the organelles. Again, cell membrane, cytoplasm, organelles. The cell membrane is also termed as the plasma membrane. Asan yan? Ito. It's the outer envelope of the cell. It is the outer envelope of the cell. It serves as the skin of the cell. Kung tayo yan yung balat natin. No? So, it is the structure that encloses the cytoplasm. Just like our skin, it encloses our internal organs. Di ba? Ganun din ang ganyan din ang cell membrane. While the cytoplasm is the jelly-like substance that holds the organelle. The cytoplasm, yung jelly-like substance where these organelles flow. Okay? That's the cytoplasm. And then, yung organelles naman, ito na yan. These are specialized structures in the cell that perform specific functions. Example, nucleus, no, mitochondria, no, and the ribosomes. Okay, ngayon, itong nakikita yung cell na to, kumpleto ng organelles yan. Ibig sabihin, all of the organelles that can be found inside a cell, makikita nyo dyan. No? Just for the purpose of our discussion. Hindi lahat ng cells natin sa katawan, for example, skin cells, cells sa heart muscles, cells sa bones natin, hindi lahat ng cells ay kumpleto ng organelles na lahat makikita mo. The organelles found inside the cells are based on their function. Depende sa function ng cells. Like for example, walang masyadong mitochondria ang bone cells. But if you will look at the cells of our muscles, maraming mitochondria. So ibig sabihin, the structure of the cell determines its function. Ibig sabihin, iba-iba yung organelles na makikita mo kapag muscles ang pinag-usapan, iba-iba yung makikita mo pag bones ang pinag-usapan. Nakukuha niyo yung point? Okay? So, i-discuss natin yung function ng bawat organelles na yan. So, basta sa ngayon, tandaan natin, the three basic parts of the cell membrane, the cytoplasm, and the organelles. Now, so what are the functions of the cell? It is the smallest units of life, as we have said earlier. Di ba? No? And then, dyan din nangyayari yung metabolism. Inside the cell, dyan nangyayari ang metabolism. Okay? And yung energy use. No? Anong tawag dito? Kaya tayo nakapag-produce ng energy is because of that metabolism. Inside the cell, dyan din nangyayari yung synthesis of different molecules. No? Synthesis of protein, synthesis of fats, synthesis of steroids, and other substances sa loob ng cells natin nangyayari yan. Okay? Our cells also communicate to each other. Specifically, yung mga excitable cells. Ano ulit, saan makikita ang excitable cells? Sa excitable tissues. Nasabi na natin kanina, what are the two excitable tissues in the body? Muscular and nervous tissue. There is a form of communication between the cells of excitable tissues that we will be discussing also. No? And syempre, for reproduction and inheritance. No? Specifically, yung ating sex cells or gametes, no? Kung tawagin. No? Or the reproductive cells pag punta na tayo sa reproductive system. Then you have, yan. Doon na tayo sa first main part, which is the cell membrane. Sabi kasi natin kanina, the cell has three main parts. The cell membrane, the cytoplasm, and the organelles. Dito muna tayo sa cell membrane. Ano sabi natin kanina? It's also known as the plasma membrane, and it is the outermost component of the cell because it envelopes the cytoplasm. Let's put it this way, kumuha tayo ng isang section ng cell membrane, minagnify natin, ganitong itsura niya. Etong nasa loob, eto naman yung nasa labas. Maliwanag ba? Intracellular, extracellular. So therefore, it forms a boundary between inside and the outside. Siya yung pinaka-boundary. Okay? So, katulad na sinabi ko kanina, materials inside, intracellular, materials outside, extracellular. It acts as a selective barrier. What do you mean by a selective barrier? Selective barrier in the sense that there are materials inside the cell that cannot readily move out and vice versa. Ano ibig sabihin nun? Ibig sabihin, may materials dito na hindi makakapasok, may materials dito na hindi basta-basta makakalabas. As a result, the composition of the inside is significantly different from the composition outside the cell. Kasi nga, merong selective barrier na humaharang dun sa mga materials inside and outside. Maliwanag ba? No? Although parehong may sodium dyan, at saka dito sa loob, nakukuha niyo yung point, mas marami ang sodium outside as compared to the inside of the cell. Naintindihan? It's because of this selective barrier. Okay? The composition is different, no, from inside and outside. Even the electrical charge. So when you go back to your chemistry, di ba? Anong nagbibigay ng electrical charge sa mga molecules? It's the ions. Natandaan niyo yung ions? No, hindi yun yung asawa ni Vice Ganda. Ions, yun yung cation, tsaka anion. Sige nga, ano yung positive?
Kinalimutan ko na yan.
Ano yung positive? Ang palatandaan doon yung may letter T. Cation. T, positive. Di ba? Parang hindi nyo makalimutan. Naintindihan nyo? Ganun din doon. Magkaiba din ng percentage. Naintindihan? Mas maraming positive ions inside the cell. Tama ba? Ay, outside, sorry. Mas maraming positive ions outside. The inside is negatively charged. Again, it's because of this selective barrier. Tandaan nyo, yung ating cell membrane is selective. A selective barrier. Now, if you will look at the arrangement of the molecules in the cell, okay, di ba? It follows a specific arrangement of the molecules. Kita nyo, ito ibang molecules yan, ibang molecules yan, ibang molecules din yan. Kita nyo naman, may mga label eh. Di ba? Okay, ang mga scientists, no, they described it as the fluid mosaic model. Okay, yung structure daw niya, it follows the fluid mosaic model. Ano ba yung mosaic? Di ba? Nung elementary kayo, gumawa kayo ng eggshells na dinurog tapos mosaic art. Di ba? Parang ganon din yan. No? The membrane contains different molecules that are fitted together. Pinagdikit-dikit. No? Ano yung mga molecules na yun? Phospholipids, cholesterol, proteins, and carbohydrates. Again, phospholipids, cholesterol, proteins, and carbohydrates. So that is the main component, no, of our cell membrane. Okay, ngayon, kung makikita nyo, yung phospholipids daw forms a bilayer. Asan yung phospholipids? Lahat ng kulay blue na yan, phospholipids yan. So kumbaga, kung makikita nyo, parang ang pinaka-base ng cell membrane natin, pinaka-base, phospholipids. It's like a sea of phospholipids with floating cholesterol, proteins on its surface. Pero marami yung phospholipids. And it forms a bilayer, 2 layers. Naintindihan? It forms 2 layers. Okay? No? So, may dalawang layer siya. Itong first layer, tapos itong second layer. And then yung each phospholipid molecule daw, pag kumuha ka ng isang phospholipid molecule dyan, may dalawang regions. Ano daw yung dalawang regions ng phospholipid molecules? Drawing ko muna para mag-gets nyo. Kuha tayong dalawa. Yan. Di ba? No? May dalawang regions daw. Ano yung dalawang regions na yan? Yung head, kasi head yan eh. Ito head. Tapos ito yung kanyang tail. Yung head is a polar region. No? Tapos yung tail, non-polar region. Yung polar region, no? Yung head, yung polar region is hydro ano nga to? Hydrophobic. Okay? Tama ba spelling ko? Yan. Hydrophobic. Yung tail region, hydrophilic. Yan. What do you mean by hydrophobic and hydrophilic? Ano ibig sabihin ba ng phobia? Takot. Di ba? Yung philic, gusto. Di ba? Kaya pag sabi pedophilia. Di ba? Si Tito Badang yun. Hindi nyo wala si Tito Badang. Okay. So, pag pedophilia, di ba? Gusto, bata. O, parang gano'n. So, pag sinabing philia, gusto. Nakukuha nyo? Okay? So, ibig sabihin, yung tail region, water-loving. Yung head region, water-fearing. Takot sa tubig. That is why, no, yung head region, they orient themselves away from the water. Kasi ang water kasi nandito sa region na to. Naintindihan? Kaya kusa silang nag-orient na yung head pumunta doon, no, sa walang tubig, tapos yung tail pumunta dito, in between.
So,
Kaya,
vice versa lang.
correct. Kaya ito, ang laman nito, itong in between the two layers kung saan naka-face yung mga tail, water yan. Tapos itong polar region, puro fats na yan. That's why they are water-fearing. Maliwanag ba? Kasi di ba talaga naman, ang oil hindi siya sumasama talaga sa tubig. So ganyan ang structure ng cell membrane natin. So let us further discuss. Ayan. No? So, baliktad pala sabi ko. Sorry. Baliktad na sabi ko. Erase. Okay. Yung head region, palitan. Yung head region, hydrophilic. Yung tail region, yun ang hydrophobic. Tama nga naman, nandito nga pala yung tubig. Nandito yung tubig. Hydrophilic yung head region, hydrophobic yung tail region. Pero yun pa rin yung non-polar. Baliktarin nyo lang. Okay? So the polar region is exposed to water. Ito. May tubig dyan. While the non-polar region is the interior of the membrane. Ito yun. Maliwanag. Ito yung water-feeling. Yung tail region. So that's the structure of your phospholipid molecule. Again, they are arranged in a lipid bilayer. Ngayon, yung cell membrane natin, it has a selective permeability. Sabi nga natin kanina, selective barrier siya. Ano naman ibig sabihin ng permeability? Permeability, selective permeability, sabi ko nga kanina, it allows certain substances to pass in and out of the cell. It allows just certain substances. Ibig sabihin, not all. When you say permeability, yun na yun, to pass in and out. To permeate, meaning to pass through. So, ibig sabihin, selected substances lang. Yung pwedeng makalabas at pwedeng makapasok. Substances such as enzymes, glycogen, potassium are found in higher concentrations inside the cell. Nakukuha? Sabi ko kanina, di ba, magkaiba ng composition yung inside and outside. Ano daw ang mas marami sa loob? Enzymes, glycogen, potassium. Okay? Ano daw ang mas marami sa labas naman? Outside. Ito sinabi natin kanina. Sodium. Aside from sodium, calcium, chloride. No? Lahat naman yan nasa labas. No? Mas marami sa labas pala. That's the correct term. Mas marami sa labas. Mas marami sa loob, mas marami sa labas. Kakalimutan. Okay? Ngayon, some substances like oxygen, carbon dioxide can pass directly through the cell membrane's phospholipid bilayer. So, ibig sabihin, pagdating sa oxygen and carbon dioxide, hindi siya selective. Ibig sabihin, both oxygen and carbon dioxide can easily pass through the cell membrane. kaya niyang maglabas-masok. Itong dalawang to, kaya niyang maglabas-pasok sa cell membrane natin. Okay? While yung mga binanggit natin kanina, sodium, calcium, chloride, no, proteins, yung mga binanggit natin kanina, hindi basta-basta tatagos dito. Yan. Kung si oxygen and carbon dioxide tumatagos lang dyan sa lipid bilayer, si sodium, si calcium, proteins, and other substances, hindi kayang tumagos dyan. Ngayon, kung hindi kayang tumagos, saan sila dumadaan? Saan sila dumadaan? Okay, yung ibang substances, gumagamit ng carrier molecules. I-discuss natin yon, pero baka next meeting na. Yung ibang substances, gumagamit ng vesicular transport. Okay, i-discuss natin din yan. Again, yung ibang substances, gumagamit ng carrier molecule, gumagamit ng vesicular transport. Ano yung carrier molecule? Yung carrier molecule, eto na yung mga yan. Yung mga nakalutang doon sa lipid bilayer. Si calcium, para makapaglabas-masok, kailangan dumaan sa membrane channel. Si sodium, para makalabas-makapasok, kailangan dumaan sa membrane channel. And other forms of proteins. Pero pag si oxygen and carbon dioxide, saan lang? Pwede tumagos dito. Nakukuha nyo? No? Kaya nga ang cellular respiration, passive process lang. Anong ibig sabihin ng cellular respiration? That's the exchange between oxygen and carbon dioxide. No? Wherein carbon dioxide moves out of the cell and then oxygen moves into the cell. Di ba? Kasi oxygen is needed for metabolism. Naintindihan? Oxygen is needed for sustained metabolism, while carbon dioxide is the waste product of metabolism. Di ba? When you burn oxygen to produce energy, anong byproduct? Carbon dioxide. So kailangan siyang lumabas ng cell para ma-breathe out natin. Did you get the point? So sa cellular respiration, pag nangyayari pala ang cellular respiration, ito palang oxygen and carbon dioxide. O, kunyari. No? Ito palang oxygen and carbon dioxide, tumatagos lang on the cell membrane, sa lipid bilayer. They can easily pass through the lipid bilayer. Pero pag ang pinag-uusapan na natin is yung sodium, calcium, no, chloride, and other proteins, hindi sila basta-basta tatagos sa lipid bilayer. Saan sila kailangan dumaan? They must pass through what? Carrier molecules. Yung mga nakalutang dun sa cell membrane. And also, ano pa? Yung binanggit natin kanina na vesicular transport. No? Maliwanag ba? Okay. Yan. Which brings us now to the two types of transport, membrane transport mechanism. Passive at saka active. Ano daw yung passive? It does not require the cell to expend energy. Like for example, ito, yung pag-transport ng carbon dioxide and oxygen, yung pag-exchange nila, that's passive. Because it does not require the cell to expend energy. Ang cellular respiration, passive lang siya. Basta labas ang carbon dioxide, pasok ang oxygen. That's a passive transport mechanism. Bakit po tinawag na transport? Because there is movement of substances from one place to another. Di ba? Kasi when you move substances from one side to another, that's called transporting. Maliwanag ba? So, ganun yun. So, passive yan. Ngayon, ano daw yung isang form of transport mechanism? Active. Meaning, it required the cell to expend energy, usually in the form of ATP. Ano yung ATP? ATP is adenosine triphosphate. yan ang energy source ng cell or yan ang energy currency ng cell. Nakuha na kapag kailangan, no, na gumamit ng energy ng cell, yan ang energy niya. Nakukuha niyo yung point? Kumbaga sa sasakyan, ang energy currency, gasolina, diesel. Maliwanag ba? Sa cell natin, ito ang energy currency. So, kung kailangan ng active, no, activities, ito ang ginagamit. So, ngayon, ano-ano yung mga substances na nangangailangan ng active transport? Sodium, calcium, chloride, and some forms of enzymes, no? Some proteins. Pagkatatawid yan sa cell membrane, you will need the help of adenosine triphosphate para maitawid mo siya. Kasi yung mga carrier molecules na sinasabi natin kanina, eto yung mga carrier molecules na yan, hindi tatakbo kung walang gasolina. Nakuha niyo yung point? Anong gasolina? Adenosine triphosphate. Maliwanag ba? Okay? Yung mga dinidiscuss natin na yan, that's already part of the cellular metabolism. Okay, tapusin lang natin hanggang passive yung active next meeting na. Okay. So, ano yung mga passive transport mechanisms? Ang passive transport mechanism includes diffusion, osmosis, facilitated diffusion. Ulit, diffusion, osmosis, facilitated diffusion. Pag active, yan yung di-discuss natin sa Monday, active transport, secondary active transport, endocytosis, and exocytosis. So, doon tayo sa tatlo muna, yung passive. Diffusion, osmosis, facilitated diffusion. So, what is diffusion? Diffusion involves the movement of substances in a solution down a concentration gradient. Okay. So, may dalawang keyword dito. Solution, tsaka concentration gradient. So, para maintindihan natin itong sentence na to, i-define muna natin what's a solution and what's a concentration gradient. What's a solution? A solution is generally composed of two major parts, solutes and solvent. Example niyan is salt solution. How do you make a salt solution? Any salt and water. Di ba? Ganun kasimple. How do you make a sugar solution? Sugar and water. Maliwanag ba? Ganun kasimple yun. So, alin dun ang solutes? Sa salt solution, alin ang solutes? Hindi yung salt. No? Alin ang solvent? Water. In fact, water is the universal solvent. Di ba? So, ganun lang naman yun. So, solutes are substances dissolved in the predominant liquid or gas, which is called solvent. Solutes, such as ions or molecules, tend to move from an area of higher concentration to an area of lower concentration. What do you mean by that? Halimbawa, here in the room, di ba? Ang solvent natin is yung air. Di ba? Yung air. And then suspended dun sa air are different molecules. Nakuha niyo yung point? Di ba? Marami nakasuspend na molecules dyan. Yun yung solutes. One example of a molecule is yung molecule ng perfume. Di ba? Nakuha niyo yung point? When someone from that corner, no, sprayed a perfume, di ba? Ano nangyayari? Saan mas mataas yung concentration initially ng molecules ng perfume? Doon sa corner na yun. Nakuha niyo yung point? Pero, di ba? Because molecules are at random motion, nagbabanggaan sila sa isa't isa. May kinetic energy yan, di ba? Ang molecules are always at random motion. Nagbabanggaan sila sa isa't isa. Anong nangyayari? Di ba? The tendency is for that molecule to spread across the room evenly. Kaya, una, doon, malakas, matapang yung amoy. Pero pag kumalat na dito, amoy dito, pero hindi na ganong katapang. Kasi, di ba, diffused na siya. Nakukuha niyo yung point? That's what you mean by diffusion. Okay? The movement of the solutes from higher concentration to lower concentration. Okay? So, Ano yung sinasabing concentration gradient? Concentration gradient is the difference in the concentration of a solute between 2 points. Like for example, point A, point B. Nakuha. Point A, point B. Nung min-spray ng perfume doon, di ba? Saan mas concentrated yung molecules ng perfume? Doon. Di ba? Initially dito, halos wala pa nga. So, meron bang concentration gradient? Yes. Di ba? Mas madami doon, mas konti dito. Mas konti dito, mas konti doon. Nakuha niyo yung point? So, what's the tendency of the perfume molecules? To move from higher to lower concentration. Hanggang sa dadaling ba yung time magiging pare-pareho na ng concentration to the different parts of the room? Yes. Di ba? Nakukuha niyo yung point kasi at random movement yung mga molecules. Hanggang ma-reach yung equilibrium. Di ba? Ganun ang diffusion. Example is when you drop a block of salt, no? Salt crystal in a beaker of water. Di ba ganun ang nangyayari? No? Makalat siya. That's called diffusion. It's because of the random movement of the molecules from higher to lower. So ganito ang nangyayari with carbon dioxide and oxygen. Since carbon dioxide is produced inside the cell, it's a byproduct of metabolism. It's waste product of metabolism. Di ba? Ang tendency niyan, di ba, it has no way but to move out of the cell. Di ba? The random movement of the molecules will push carbon dioxide out of the cell. Tapos ita-transport na siya ng blood papunta sa lungs natin. Naiintindihan? Tapos si oxygen naman, syempre pag in-inhale natin yan, pag huminga tayo, pasok yan sa lungs, ta-transport naman ng blood natin papunta sa cells natin. It has no way but to go into the cell naman. Kasi it has higher concentration outside. So ang magiging direction of diffusion niya, going inside. Si carbon dioxide naman, from inside to outside. So yung movement, tandaan niya, the movement of oxygen and carbon dioxide in our cells is just by diffusion. In order for our cell to breathe during cellular respiration, no adenosine triphosphate is needed. No? To transport oxygen out of the cell, hindi gumagamit ng energy. To transport carbon dioxide, to transport oxygen into the cell and carbon dioxide out of the cell, hindi gumagamit ng adenosine triphosphate. Just like when you drop a crystal of salt in distilled water from higher concentration to areas of lower concentration until the equilibrium is reached. Okay? Next, malapit na tayo matapos. Next is osmosis. So, ano yung una ulit? Diffusion. Baka magbasa kayo nung secondary reference natin. Sa kanya, simple diffusion ang pangalan nun. Pareho lang yan. Simple diffusion. Okay? Ngayon, pangalawa, osmosis. Ano naman ang osmosis? Take a look at the definition of osmosis. Osmosis is the diffusion of water. So, ibig sabihin po ba yung osmosis, diffusion din? Di ba yun na po yung una, diffusion? Nakukuha niyo yung point? Kasi yung una, yun na yung unang transport, diffusion. Tapos ito, osmosis, diffusion of water. Ano yung pagkakaiba? Yung simple diffusion, yung number one, yung simple diffusion, okay? Ano yung nagmo-move? Ang nagmo-move ay solutes. Sa osmosis, diffusion nga siya, pero ano yung nagmo-move? Water or the solvents. Maliwanag ba? Kaya ang definition niya, clear. Diffusion of water across a selectively permeable membrane. Meron ng kasamang selectively permeable membrane. So, ibig sabihin, merong harang Tapos, kunyari, ito yung water, no? Merong movement na mangyayari across that membrane. Ganun ang diffusion. It is the diffusion of water across a selectively permeable membrane. Kaya tinawag siya selectively permeable. Bakit? Kasi ang inaalaw lang niya na mag-pass through water molecules. Maliwanag ba? No? From higher water concentration, meaning kung saan mas maraming tubig, papunta dun sa kaunting tubig. Okay? Now, osmosis exerts a pressure termed as osmotic pressure, which is the force required to prevent the movement of water across the cell membrane. Example. Yan. Magandang example niyan ay ito. Okay? Ang laman, no? Ang laman nitong tube ay 3% salt solution. Ang laman nitong beaker, distilled water. Diba? Pure water talaga, di ba? Now, so, ngayon, itong bottom ng tube, no, is sealed with selectively permeable membrane. Yung selectively permeable membrane na yan, it will allow just water but not solutes to pass through. Ang pwede lang tumagos dyan, tubig. Hindi pwedeng dumaan ang sodium and chloride. Nakukuha niyo yung point? So, mapapansin nyo, ito yung level ng salt solution ngayon. Maliwanag? Ito yung level ng salt solution ngayon. Tapos, in-immerse siya sa water. Okay. Ano nangyari dun sa level ng salt solution upon immersion sa water? Ano nangyari sa level ng salt solution? Tumaas siya. Ano nangyari sa level ng water? Bumaba siya. Anong ibig sabihin? Ano nangyari based on that observation? Ano kayang nangyari? Yung water from distilled water, nag-move papunta sa salt solution. Ganun ang osmosis. No? From more water, di ba? Higher water concentration from more water to less water. Pumunta siya kung saan kaunti yung tubig. Nakuha niyo yung point? Di ba? No. Kaya tumaas yung column ng salt solution. Pero ano nangyari? Kita niyo yung tingkad ng pagka-green niya. Anong ibig sabihin? Anong ibig sabihin? Ano nangyari? Ibig sabihin yan, yung concentration ng solution bumagsak din. Ibig sabihin, kung ito, tinikman mo nung una, napakaalat. Naintindihan? Nakukuha niyo yung point? Pero ito, since pinasok na siya ng tubig, ano sa tingin niyo lasa nito? Hindi na ganun kaalat, matabang na siya. Nakukuha niyo yung point? That's called osmosis. It's the movement of water from more water to less water. Ganun kasimple siya. Across a semi or selectively permeable membrane. Maliwanag. Nakukuha. Ngayon, sa tingin nyo, kung itong salt solution dito, dinagdagan ko. Kunyari, dinagdagan ko pa yung asin dyan. Mas maraming asin ang nilagay ko. Let's say, naging 10% salt solution. Kasi dinagdagan ko maraming asin. Naging 10% salt solution. Sa tingin nyo, anong mangyayari dun sa i-rise nung column nung solution? Mas mataas or mas mababa? Halimbawa, mas maraming asin ang nilagay mo. Pag nilubog ko siya, mas mataas kaya yung magiging pagtaas niya. Kunyari, hanggang dito mahaba yan. Kunyari, magiging mas mataas kaya siya or mas mababa yung pag-rise? Magiging mas mataas. Mas mataas yon kasi mas matapang yung solution. Pag mas matapang, mas madami yung kukuhanin niyang water. I-imbibe niyang water. Nakuha niyo yung point? No? So, the more concentrated the solution, the higher the osmotic pressure. The more osmosis of water will take place. Nakukuha? No? So, ganun ang nangyari dyan. Ngayon, okay. Yan. So, di ba sabi ko kanina, sabi natin kanina, 3%. Dinagdagan ko ng water, kunyari, naging 10% water. Dinagdagan ko ng asin, naging 10%. Dinagdagan ko pa ng maraming asin, kunyari, naging 15%. Okay. So, di ba iba-iba ng concentration yon. Merong 3%, may 10%, may 15%. No? Ang tawag din sa level of concentration, may isa pang term dyan. Ang tawag doon, tonicity. Tonicity. Yung tonic, kung gaano siya katonic, kung gaano siya katapang. Okay? Kaya, ang fluids, na, or solutions, okay, na, can be hypotonic, isotonic, or hypertonic. No? Again, ang mga fluids sa body natin, okay, can be classified as hypotonic, isotonic, hypertonic. Pero normally, ang mga fluids sa loob ng katawan natin, ang mga fluids sa loob ng katawan natin, specifically yung fluid sa dugo natin. No, ano tawag doon sa pinaka-solvent ng dugo natin? Plasma. Di ba? Yung solvent ng dugo natin, plasma. Specifically, our plasma, isotonic. Ibig sabihin, hindi masyadong matapang, hindi rin masyadong sobrang weak. No? So, isotonic ang tawag doon. Normal lang yung tonicity. Okay? Ngayon, okay. Let's say for example, yan, yung red blood cells natin. Yan. Yung ating red blood cells. No? Okay? Ang cell membrane ng red blood cells natin, and any cells in the body can also be semi or selectively permeable membrane. Meaning, pwedeng ang padaanin lang niya, tubig lang din. What do you think will happen? Ito, kita na naman dito eh. When you place the red blood cell in a distilled water. Imagine niyo distilled water. Nilubog mo sa distilled water. What will happen? Eh di syempre, yung distilled water papasok sa loob. Bakit papasok sa loob? Kasi, bakit?
Absorb.
Kasi, mas matapang yung loob ng cell kaysa sa distilled water. Did you get the point? Mas concentrated siya. So, ibig sabihin, the distilled water is hypotonic to our cells. Ibig sabihin ng hypotonic, mas mababa yung tonicity niya as compared to what is inside our cells. Did you get the point? So, what will happen? Diba? Magkakaroon ng osmosis ng water papasok sa cell. So, what will happen? Our cells will swell. Ganun naman nangyayari sa swelling eh. Pag dumadami yung tubig sa loob. Nakuha niyo yung point? Okay. What if naman, yung red blood cells mo, inilubog mo sa isotonic solution? Ano naman ang isotonic? Eh di yung normal,
Balance lang.
balance lang. So what will happen?
Ganun pa rin, sir.
Normal, it will remain normal because the movement of water will just be back and forth. Maliwanag ba? When you place your red blood cells in a hypertonic solution, yan, hypertonic. Ibig sabihin, mas matapang. Kumbaga, sa sodium chloride, mas marami siguro sodium chloride, yung fluid na pinaglubugan mo. What will happen? Eh di yung tubig sa loob ng cells natin, lalabas pa lalo. Nakuha niyo yung point? Na? Kasi hypertonic tong nasa labas eh. So lalabas pa lalo. Madadry yung cell. No? It will shrink. Ang tawag doon, crenation. By the way, yung isa pala, pag nag-swell, cell swelling, tapos puputok, ang tawag doon, lysis. No? Puffing of the cytoplasm. No? Magbe-burst na siya. Nakukuha ba? That's why, when we are hospitalized, and there is a need for an IV line, normally, ang kinakabit sa atin na IV line, yung lumalabas na tubig na yon, it's an isotonic solution. Kasi this will happen to you if it's hypotonic o kaya naman hypertonic. So it's an isotonic solution. Maliwanag? Next, ayan, last na to. Okay, kasi yung active sa Monday na. So, facilitated diffusion. Ano naman yung facilitated diffusion? Ano sabi natin kanina? Oxygen, carbon dioxide, and some steroids can diffuse directly through the phospholipid bilayer. Kaya nilang tumagos, di ba? Kaya nilang tumagos doon. Pero, may mga substances such as ions, no, can diffuse across the cell membrane by passing through membrane channels or through carrier molecules. Ibig sabihin, hindi nila kayang tumagos sa cell membrane basta-basta or sa lipid molecule. Kailangan nila ng channels or carrier molecules. So, ang tawag doon, that's called facilitated diffusion. No? Yung mga oxygen carbon dioxide, kayang tumagos eh. Pero sila, hindi nila kayang tumagos. Kaya kailangan nila ng channels na dadaanan. Nakuha nyo? So, since kailangan nila ng channels na dadaanan, it's called facilitated diffusion. Diffusion pa rin siya kasi from higher to lower concentration pa rin ang movement niya. Yun nga lang, hindi niya kayang tumagos sa cell membrane. So therefore, it needs channels o kaya carrier molecules to be able to diffuse. Kaya sabi ko sa inyo kanina, sa ibang libro, ang pangalan ng una, simple diffusion. Kaya itong pangatlo, facilitated diffusion. Yung isa simple, yung isa facilitated. Maliwanag ba? Okay? So hanggang dyan ang quiz natin on Monday.